The adventures continues here in
What
Baldur's Gate
now?
Shadows of Harm.
Ugh.
There's many more adventures to have with me and Skizny. I don't know if you really want to have all those adventures with Skizny.
Of course you do. However, really exciting adventures. Tell me your plan. And it won't throw you in debt at all to me.
See, that's the whole problem, I figure.
Do I have to do all the work?
So, yes,
You owe me.
we are going to be tracking down Valigar again this episode, who we have learned has fled to the Umar Hills, which is far out of sight of the city, so we will be leaving the city. I've healed up my party, cleared up the inventory a bit, let Edwin learn a few spells, not all of them, as I'm not sure. I was even thinking
Cities
for a moment,
always teem with
maybe we
evil
should
and
replace
decay.
Edwin with
Let's
Eerie.
give it a good
Yes,
shake
or it's
and
just a
see
thought
what
might be.
falls out.
But she would fill up the mage slot as well as an extra cleric slot, so that might be an idea. And then Mince can stay in the party. He'll be happy to have a witch and everything. So maybe that's an idea. But for now, let's go to the Umar Hills. See what those adventures will offer. Quartermaster waits for everyone else too. So the Thief Master's business is done. Well,
I'll go.
maybe we can quickly solve the stuff here,
Mayor,
eh?
when is this crisis going to be solved, eh?
Aye, me and mine need to get back to herding, we do, for the wolves have gobbled me flock entire.
Calm down, everyone, please. I assure you that everything that can be done is being done.
Oh, well, that's
very assuring.
Oh, what's that then? Oh, you just hired a group of those adventurers, didn't you? Where in the biz are they? Well, they haven't come back yet, no. Oh, we're doomed! Doomed! We must flee the village! We must flee before more people go... Oh, that's a lady. Sorry. We must flee before more people go missing. That's a kind of a witchy lady voice, I guess. Now, people. Come this time. This is no time to panic. Please listen to my husband. Yes. Well, we are looking for another group of adventurers to handle the situation. To kill them ogres and their evil kin, you mean? Yes, ever since the band of monsters moved into the area, we've had nothing but trouble. They're eating the people, that's what. Yeah, you're both daft. There's a wolves that have been wandering the hills, sure enough. Hungry there is. It's not the wolves, you fools! It's Umar herself, returned to hunt us and steal our children! Umar, don't be telling folk tales now. Can't you see it's the ogre's plain and simple truth? Now, please, people, please! We must find out what happened to the ranger, Morella, and then track down the source of these murders. More adventures will come soon. Oh, sorry, I skipped past that little bit. Well, they can't come here soon enough. Yeah, best get it done, Tommy Mayor, or we be fleeing further to the city for our safety. I am trying to do something. Everyone remain calm. Panic will not help. I'm going to my home now. Everyone go home, please. Beacon of leadership right there. So here we are on the Umar Hills, and as we were told, there's a bit of a panic going on in the town.
So, what draws you to this part of Faerun? Of Katla. I seem to recall you mentioning something about a mission or some bother.
I also really like this music. It kind of is a part of the main theme even, so...
Well, I kind of need to know who captured me, and for what purpose, and what they have in mind for Imoen, I guess. And to recoup my losses and have revenge and all that.
Han, how are you going to hunt these culprits who ambushed you? Vermin rarely leave a scent or footsteps.
The coward wizards arrested the man responsible for Dura imprisonment, and they will know where to find him, so I'm actually kind of working for them now. The Cold Ones are not to be taken lightly. It is whispered how their power is boundless, and their alliance are only with the powerful. But I am pretty damn powerful! Do you know how many people I've killed? Yes, and it excites me. Ooh. So we can go do the investigation bit for. Actually, let's begin with this investigation, shall we? It should lead us to around Valley God's whereabouts. Let's have a chat with the mayor.
Well. Hello. I don't recognise you. You must be new to Imnisvale. Is there something I can help you with?
We have come because a little boy, Dylan, said there was evil here that needed a butt kicking. And good for us that we have to have our boots on. Yes, sir. You did? Well, then the boy did get to the city after all, and I'm pleased to hear it. You have come to our aid then, yes?
I'd like to know what's been going on here first.
Yes, of course. It's a gruesome business. I'm sure that little Dylan told you some of the story already, but I should elaborate on it for your benefit.
We've had a run of killings and disappearances here as of late.
People murdered in their beds, their bodies disappearing, bodies found with their skin inside out. Normally we would turn to the local ranger protector to aid us in these times like this, but our ranger, Morella, has vanished. Several men went to her cabin southwest of the village, and they found no sign of her. It's not like her to be absent for so long. I fear the worst. Soon after, shepherds and farmers from the outlying holds began disappearing. People heard strange noises at night, and we have no ranger to turn to. Everyone is frightened, but they're scared to leave as well. Else they get caught out in the wilderness by whatever has been doing these killings. And of course, everyone has their own idea who's behind all of this.
It's the ogre's my husband. You know it is.
Yes, my wife Ina, and yes, many people think that this is that a group of ogre who moved into the area recently, just before the killing began. Likely is too.
They're in the hills, too close to the village, I say.
Yes, you can find them in the hills a bit north of here, of course. Others think it's a pack of very large wolf that's been ranging the hills for some years. And still others claim Umar herself, the great witch of the hills, has returned. Legend has it she is responsible for deaths much like these ones.
Ah, that's an old legend. Umar's been gone for over 500 years, my husband.
Yes, true, I suppose. I should warn you, I've already hired the famous knight Mazzy Fenton and her troops, but they haven't been back.
Bah, tales of Umar are nonsense, I can assure you. Nor does it sound like the work of ogres. We should check out this cabin, if anywhere, Skizny.
Us? Ogres, witches? Oh my, it is too much for a pin's poor head to comprehend. Which of these are evil? And the edge of my sword shall find the truth. To be honest, I think you should check on the ogres and their fellows before chasing legends and such. So you will you help us?
Well, I am saving a large amount of coin to rescue a friend from the Cloud Wizard, so I will need a reward.
Very well, my village is in dire need. I'll tell you what, if you end the murders, I will give you an armor that belonged to our first ranger protector. That was my ancestor, and I've kept it. I'm told it's wrapped in powerful, strong protective magics. I'd be happy to offer it, and some gold, to save the village.
I want some payment in advance. You want help? Give me some gold up front or I leave.
This is a selfish way of doing business. I suppose things are done differently in the city. Very well, I'm authorized to offer you 300 gold coins in advance.
I don't think, I know maybe Skizny would push it, but I know you should have pushed it. Well, it's hardly an appropriate amount, but it shall have to do.
Oh, most excellent. Please, my lord, go to Morella's cabin and find where she is gone. My men are too frightened to go that far from the village. Her cabin is west in the valley. It should not be hard to find. There are other, older cabins in the hills, abandoned for many years. Go north from the river and find out Baldur and his beast. I have little doubt they are responsible for all of this, but you must be sure. I am relieved you have decided to help us. You have the run of the village by aught. If you need anything else, do not hesitate to come to me. Oh, a most glorious day! One step closer to being true heroes. Yes, indeedy. Even little Boo's stands on end with from his anticipation. Yes, now we are basically being tasked to
I
investigate
await
these
your
strange
news.
murders. Tira fingers her locket. You catch a sneaking glance inside it. To your considerable relief, the captured image of the two of you together put a smile on her face. Yay!
Fine, fine.
Oh. Alright, so if we are to investigate... what I first want to do is let's have a chat at the inn, because there's whole rumors and everything being told. I also think my party will soon be getting tired. I mean, they've been walking for 20 bloody hours. I would die.
A child of murder, a man of greed, death and taxes. My power will be inevitable.
I don't think these people have anything interesting to say, but the innkeeper does.
Never had rats. No sorry.
Hello to you and a good day. I am Vincenzo. I offer you the service of me humble little inn. There's a lot of things here to be said about your inn, Vince, but humble ain't the one I'd be picking, Will it? Interesting. I always was like, oh, what? Will it? Really? Didn't know that was the first name. Aha, boy! And keep calling me Vince, and I'll have you strapped to our log. The name's Vincenzo. Rat. You hear that from a Zambian trader, and suddenly you're putting on airs. Fair. Never mind the boy. He's ignorant. He's an ignorant lout and took in out of pity. A simpleton who doesn't know his place. Is there what I can do for you, my good lord? So what do you know about the killings around here? Ah, Vincenzo knows the truth. My family has been here in the area for a very long time. And the tales of the witch, Umar, have been passed down, they have. You're not gonna go into that rut again, are you? Silence, boy! Perhaps I should give you to the witch instead as an offering, And leave you out of the doorstep with a lace of garlic around your neck? Well, I thought that shut your trap. Now then, my lord, I can tell you about the witch Umar. The tales will curl your ears, if you care to hear it. Yes, go ahead, I've got time. Like I said, my family has been in these parts for a long time. We were here back when the witch herself plagued these lands over 700 years ago. Oh, was it quick to pick? Let's scroll down so I don't miss it. Umar was a wicked one. No one ever saw her, except when she came down from the hills to steal some unfortunate souls in pain, in need, shepherds, babes, anyone who weren't careful. She'd torture them. You'd hear the cries during the night. People would try to find her, but only victims' bodies would turn up, mutilated and dead. Don't know why you just didn't kill her. 'Cause they couldn't find her, you stupid boy! Were you not listening? And besides, she were a powerful witch with plenty of magic for any fight. Strange thing is, my lord, Umar just vanished one day. Maybe she were killed, maybe not. But every century or so, it is said she comes back to the hills. Now this is where you get the funny part of the story, you see it? I'm warning you, boy. You'll be out on your arse faster than you can pink if you keep this up. As I said, every century or so she comes again. People disappear, tortured in the hills, and only sometimes are the bodies found. Once Umar sated herself with blood, she returns from when she came.
This is just like them other times. People forget too easily. This is the witch, I tell you. So has anyone tried to find this witch in recent years? Well, there was a group of mages some years back who came. Young ones, apprentices I gather. 2 fellows and a young lass, sure enough. They were sent by their master to look into the Umar witch, or so they said. Nice enough group, but it were obvious they expected nothing. I remember them. You're alright for mages. Lot nicer than the German fella. Now he should go soak his head. Aye, true enough. Then them 3 went into the hills, and they were never found again, except for the lass's journals. I found those myself out in the woods. More victims of Umar herself, sure as daylight. You can read the lass's journal, sure enough. Well, can I have a look at this journal then? Aye, you can. I had a copy or 2 done up by a scribe friend of mine a few months back. You can have one if you like. A copy or 2? More like you got this whole storeroom full of copies of that journal, you bleeding banana. Well, so what if I have? This a good story, more or less. Makes me bloody rich one day, and you'll be a little rock rat. More like a wrote your journal yourself, I wager. I didn't hear that thing. Here you go, my lord. Use it as you will. But beware of the witch if you goes into the hills. She is not sated yet, not by a long shot. And then we get the Umar journals. Huh, that's looks like something. Umar Witch Project journal. This journal seems to be that of the apprentice mage, telling a tale of their expedition to the Umar Hills with 2 other apprentices, in search for evidence of the fabled witch. The tale is hard to believe, but seems to relate the group's horror at getting lost and being hounded by an unseen predator during the night. The script is in a panicky feminine hand, and the last page can be barely made out, and it is as follows. Sorry to Jessela's mother. I'm sorry about what happened to the Michaelis. There's something out here with us. We thought it was to be the peasants. But peasants aren't this clever. Joculis says it's a witch. I hear her when I sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want... The journal ends there. Ooh, how ominous. The Umar Witch Trust. Wait, what? Did I see something? Indigo. I never noticed there was someone back here. I know you're not stranger. Our path have not crossed before, so I ask that you leave me to my musings. Okay.
All right, listen,
I guess you may be a
an intelligent sword, but I've
NPC,
had
maybe
no
even
formal
from the new
education.
content in the enhanced edition. Yes, Umar Witch Project, obviously a reference to the Blair Witch Project. I remember seeing that in the day. Oh, that was scary. I found it scary at least. So there's a bunch of side quests.
I am still unused to all this green and fragrant brightness. Part of me yet looks for the hidden spider's web amongst all this.
Well, there is usually spiders webbed amongst this. I walked through a few of them. They're very annoying. And then Vicaria just makes like this warding symbol or something, but Kissy says that. Alright, let's speak with Dar. Oh, greetings to you, stranger. Oh, hi, the long face. My love, Colette, and her father, who is a wizard of no small power, possesses a considerable bias against me. His name is German, and I understand he intends to use Colette as a bargaining tool for some wizardly endeavour of his own, against her will, I imagine, although I have no chance to ask her of her opinion. I know she wants to go with me, I know it, but her father will have none of it. He intends to go in great lengths to keep us apart. Oh, woe is me! Perhaps I could remove her father from the equation for a price. Ah, I have no wish to use violence, my lords. Jeremy loves his daughter in his own way, and I have no right. But less harsh methods are likely to work either. You're kind to offer assistance, but there's no helping me, I think. Leave me to my sorrow, please. Now let's go and have a talk with Jermaine. Who disturbs me? Let's find another voice, because that was who disturbs me? I'm Skizzy, and who are you? Skizzy? Well, I don't recognize your name. So long as you're not sent by that fool Dar, I'll not object to having your presence. And I, since you ask, am none other than Jermaine, licensed scout wizard in this region. So you needn't run off and attempt to report me, boy. Well, you're Cowed Wizard. Perhaps you know where the Cowed Wizard keeps prisoner then. A friend of mine is being held there. I seem to recall that my order had a prison built by the Gondar somewhere to house deviants. But I have no idea where it is. I cannot be bothered to track such irrelevant matters. And even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. That is Cowed Wizard business. Now, unless you have business of your own, leave me to my project. What is this thing you're making? Ah, I'm glad you asked. This, my friend, is nothing other than a golem of stone. A fine piece of magical craftsmanship, if I do say so myself. Few other mages have made the attempt, you see. This type of golem is quite powerful and dangerous, but I am more than skilled enough to control it. Once it is complete, I'll have an excellent servant and something to keep an eye on my daughter and that foolhardy beau of hers while I'm away. Trouble is, I'm missing one crucial ingredient, the blood of a mimic. I'd pay handsomely for some. In fact, you look like an adventurous type. Can you find me some? What's a mimic and where can I find one? Yes, money! A mimic is a vicious little creature, a shape changer that likes to attract and kill adventurers by looking like a treasure chest or similar object. They generally exist in dungeons, ruins, and similar places, although where you would find one around here, I haven't a clue. That is why I'm looking for some. I'm saving coin for a friend. What would the reward be for this task? I seem to recall I've got some magical sword around here, but I won in a bet from that fool, Torgarius. I've no use for it, but it's valuable. Find me some mimic's blood and it's yours. Alright, I'll make the attempt. Fine. I wish I could point you to the right direction, but if you find some, you know where to find me. Off you go then, boy.
Fine.
Still mimic's
On my
blood.
way.
Yeah, I know that's actually close in this area. Let's head over here and have a word with the ogres. Are indeed not far to the north, so let's go see if we can approach the ogres. Oh, here they are. They're not hostile, at least.
Hold! You're not from human village. Why do you come? What do you want?
Who are you and what are you doing here exactly?
Me and Marloff, lead fellows from great army of silverfish to the south. No one wants to kill races no more. Lead fellows in desertion. We just want to be left alone.
You're deserters from the Silithian army? How do you expect to live up here?
Well, it's very hard. Humans hate us. We don't want to be we just want to be left alone. Some humans call knights who chase us. Not bad here, but Mother thinks village will call night soon. Humans be very mad.
Of course they have the right to be mad. You're killing them.
We don't kill humans in village. We know no one no trouble with you.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Always mothers and fellows can be chased and gated because me ogre. We just want to be left alone. We come here 1 moon ago and tried to settle for a while, yes? So now when we come, fellows begin to village. 1, 2, they go. Some turn up killed. 10 missing. Some bodies vanish too. None of not know who killing us. None of worried. Numbers getting smaller. We like here. But something bad here too. killing his fellows. Very bad.
Something's killing your people too? What do you think it is then?
Man of not knows. Maybe wolves? Maybe bad magic? Nobody sees what kills fellows. Come at night though. Maybe his shadow.
I see, so your band is no better off than fish. I'll be going then. Killing you won't be worth the reward then.
Wait! You not attack us. We need you to bring food to human villages. Humans run them and murder of course, so me needs you to do it for me. You bring word, yes?
What kind of word do you need brought then?
Man of no one death, man of no one fight, just one peace. You tell village maybe that Baldur and fellows protect village. Protect from orcs in mountains, yes? Man of humans let's stay and no cold nights. Maybe let us come once moon to trade for food and goods. Man of make deal with village. If you tells them, we want no trouble.
Alright, I'll tell the mayor what you said, but I can't promise anything.
Man of happy. Maybe fellows can live alone and eat good. Be happy here. You do good thing. Maybe humans agree and man of keep deal. You tell them, yes? We say yes. I'm not sure that was proper Skizny role-playing, but well, yes, with my knowledge of the game, that's definitely the optimal way to resolve this, because indeed Baldur and his fellows are innocent of all this. As Edwin says, this type of killing is a bit too complicated for ogres, honestly. Maybe an ogre mage could pull it off, but obviously Baldur is not an ogre mage, because, well, you see how he talks. He doesn't have that much intelligence. Oh, we see one thing that's shadows is true indeed. There are shadows here. Uh-oh.
To no effect?
Oh dear. Actually dangerous.
No effect?
So yes, these shadows can, I think it's specifically the shadow fiends, yes. The shadow fiends can,
No effect?
Yes.
can basically
No mercy for those who oppose us.
stun people.
I hit. To no
Weapon
effect?
has no
I hit.
effect.
To no effect?
Weapon has no effect.
I even think if they drain this with too much strength, they will,
Yes, it is.
What now?
ready. That's not useful though, that's just...
Weapon has no effect.
And yeah, you need magical
has
weapons
no
to hit
has no
shadows,
effect.
so sadly, Tira is
no
really
effect.
ineffective here.
head of a pin as well.
Tell me about
So we have some shadows roaming around in these parts.
do I have to do
Yeah,
all
and
the
Minsk is
work?
now all drain of strength. Well, I think next episode we will investigate all the cabins around here. They are, let's have a look. They're kind of around this darkened area.
I do wish these scars would heal.
Oh,
I have a life to continue, and I do not need to be picking at old wounds.
yeah. Well, a little bit of talk of Jahira to end this off, I guess.
Nor I, but there's little alternative to time there.
True enough, though I do not have to enjoy it. Ah, I'm not fooling anyone. The leftover of hardship that I should, the leftovers of hardship that I should not be dwelling on. You speak a lot of sense then when you wish to, Skizny. I thank you. Yay, a little thanks at the end. So yes, we'll probably have to wait till Mince's strength return, which will be a little bit so. Well, when next return we'll definitely explore all this wilderness and probably killing more shadows that are out here in the darkness with us. So, next on the Shadows of Arm we'll be killing shadows in Arm. That makes sense. Good day.